Good evening, vinyl community. So I'm going to do part 3 of my collection. It's going to be letters I through M. But when I did my last video, I had pulled a couple of albums out, and we're listening to them, and they weren't in the order with everything else, so I figured I would go ahead and include that in today's video. The reason why I have this is Lamb of God's Wrath album. I've put a lot of my box sets up on my top shelf here, so it was up there because it's kind of like a mini box set. Same thing with Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. This was supposed to be in the last video, but I kind of had it with my box sets. Done a video on that one a while back. It's really good, really nice purchase. 40th anniversary. So you had Lamb of God, which would be part of this video anyway, and then this should have been in the last video, Marvin Gaye, and Echo and the Bunnymen, Ocean Rain. Great album. I was just listening to that recently, so that's why I forgot to put it in the last video. Okay, so moving on. Try to get myself into position here so it's a little bit easier to see. Ice Cube. Excuse me, Ice T. Wrong guy. Love the cover art on this record. Probably what Raiders fans are going to feel like if they have to move them to Las Vegas. Hopefully not. They're doing really well this year. So I got Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power. Iggy Pop, Post-Pop Depression. It's a pretty good record. Came out this year. Incubus, A Crow Left of the Murder. Incubus, Light Grenades. Incubus, Trust Fall. The EP that came out, I think, at the end of last year. Really want to pick up Morning View. It's one of my favorites of theirs. Inside Llewyn Davis. Excellent soundtrack, excellent movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Kind of takes place during the 60s, I believe, right around the time of the big folk music movement. Awesome soundtrack and movie. Interpol, Turn on the Bright Lights, another fantastic album. Rick James, Stone City Band, Come Get It. James Gang Rides Again. It's a great rock and roll album. I love it. And then we've got James Gang Live in Concert. Billy Joel, An Innocent Man. Elton John, Madman Across the Water. Mick Jones, solo album. Norah Jones, Come Away With Me, one of my favorites. And then her new album, Daybreaks. I've really enjoyed that so far since that's come out. Journey Escape. Judas Priest, Point of Entry. Judas Priest, Defenders of the Faith. Followed up by the Judds, Christmas. I got some funny Christmas albums. Casey and the Sunshine Band, Sound of Sunshine. Carole King Music. I need to get Tapestry. Kiss Destroyer. And you can kind of tell this, I think I mentioned it in my last video, this is starting to where my my real heavy stuff starts showing its face in this little group here. Led Zeppelin 1. This is the reissue that came out recently. I think they sound pretty good. Houses of the Holy. This is also a reissue. Lynyrd Skynyrd, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. Street Survivors without the band cover, which I think you can actually get the reissue with the band cover. If I'm not mistaken, the issue with the band cover was like the band. I can't remember the guy's name right off the top of my head here, but band member died right after this released, and on the band cover he's actually on like fire, and ironically he died shortly after, so they removed the cover. But I'm pretty sure you can get the reissue. Mamas and the Papas, California Dreamin'. Mastodon Remission. This will be one I want to do pretty soon. This is like a box set. It's pretty awesome. Mastodon's probably one of them, in my opinion, one of the best metal bands out there right now. Mastodon, Blood Mountain. This is the 45 RPM, as well as Crack the Sky, and 45 RPM. Nope. Okay, Mastodon the Hunter. And this is the Game of Thrones White Walker picture disc. I got it just for the cover. I mean, it's freaking awesome. On the back, it's got Game of Thrones on it. But I mean, that's such a crazy looking artwork. You can always count on Mastodon and the artwork like that. Once we're around the sun, it's just awesome cover art. MC 900. Medications completely removed. If you watched my last video, there's a band called Faircut that was on Discord Records. I believe some of the members, I don't think all of the members of Medications is Faircat, but great kind of indie band. If you're looking for some sort of, if you're looking for a good indie band to listen to, check out this album and the last video of Faircat, View from This Tower. Medications actually also has a another album that has not been released on vinyl, and I'm hoping one day they do because it's such a good album. Meshuggah. We all know I've got their whole collection. This is the Violent Sleep of Reason, the brand new album. I also have the box set, which I have in my other video, which I'm not even going to try to break that thing out. That thing's so big. But if you want to see the Meshuggah video for the box set, go on my very first video I ever did on this channel was of that video. Metallica Master of Puppets, one of the greatest metal albums of all time. Followed up by George Michael's Faith. Minus the Bear, Highly Refined Pirates, another really, really good like indie kind of band. I highly recommend them. Very, very good. Oh, and my albums fell down. Just set them out here. I've got a lot of their stuff, minus the Bear, Menosel Oso. Minus the Bear, Planet of Ice. These are all really, really good records. Minus the Bear, Infinity Overhead. Minus the Bear, Acoustics 2. The Minutemen, Three-Way Tie for last. Misfits, Earth AD. Modest Mouse, good news for people who love bad news. Thelonious Monk. This is Monk's Dreams. And lastly is Moody Blues, Days of Future Past. So that leaves me ending in the M's, and my next video will probably be N through P, I guess it would be, and then yeah. So that leaves me pretty much wiped out the whole bottom area of this collection. So I'll probably do another 3 or 4 videos to complete the collection. So I'll probably just do once a week. That'll leave me probably to the end of the year. And again, if you're interested in seeing me actually look on the inside of any of these, leave a comment in there. If not, I'll probably just randomly do what I always do and just put some in there one by one. And again, I appreciate y'all watching, and subscribe because I've got more coming later this week. Thanks.